And both these teams want this really badly. With their history in this tournament and considering how things have gone for these teams, Massachusetts was in this exact spot last year. Tiebreaker semifinals against Virginia. Ended up losing that one on a very Virginia-favored map. Washington, of course, their first time being in this tier of the tournament. So both have their reasons for really wanting this one. We will see who can emerge victorious, exultant on the other side. As away we go. And
also, I'm sad that we can't bring you the video, but that would crash Aaron's computer.
I would
with
actually,
the amount of...
I think my computer would set on fire, I have to imagine. Early first traded breaks come from Chillier and Conrad. This is 8 minutes long. I don't know at what point breaks start to matter, but it's not now, and it won't be for a little while.
First third, last third, very hard. So, any breaks here, until we get to the, the funny part where the map just kind of dies for a little bit, they aren't going to really matter, but once we get to the free combo, you want to just have as much combo as possible.
And there's going to be another break from Conrad. It's traded with Josie. That's worse off for Massachusetts. It's going to be a little bit of an early lead here for Washington. Chillier has recovered some combo. He's still 200 behind the FCs, but it's not the worst thing. Matching Ack on Jacob and TJ. Roughly matching Ack on Monko and Chillier. And yeah, you have to hold. Oh, Josie just missed an entire pattern. Look at that Ack drop down to 94%. And Ack can matter. With Scorby 2, Ack can matter. If, you've got a ton of time to build it back up, but every little bit counts. And there's a break from Washington. So that will mean Massachusetts takes the combo lead back. Jacob falls a couple times, Josie as well, but Chillier and TJ holding on. That's the duo, I think. That's the strongest pairing of players in this lobby. Monko obviously is probably the best player overall, but Chillier and TJ versus Monko and any other player from Washington are probably going to be a little bit stronger. The lead is small. The lead is small.
Yeah, the lead is pretty small. This is roughly where the map starts to die. So everyone with combos is going to keep building them, hopefully. And
they do.
Yes.
And yeah, it's 30,000. It's holding relatively steady when you consider the combo and the accuracy around the board. That's not too surprising. Of course, Washington had that tiebreaker against Texas a few weeks ago. Managed to hold them off, managed to win it. Can they manage to pull that feed off twice? Well,
the lead is shrinking, but it's very slow.
Yeah, it requires the combo lead of Massachusetts to outdo the accuracy lead from Washington, which it is slowly but surely managing to do. It's about a 200 and change combo advantage. Jacob and Josie, of course, almost identical, but Chillier ahead of Conrad. 20k lead? I mean, it's nothing. It's effectively nothing. That lead is completely meaningless. That, however, is a Jacob miss, and now the lead is going to go right over to Massachusetts here pretty quickly now, because that's a big amount of combo. That's almost 700 combo now. And there goes Conrad too.
You can't afford to miss there!
You absolutely cannot. This is halfway through. This is in the easiest part of the map, and now it is just Monko trying to hold down the fort for Washington, while all three members of Massachusetts are building, and their lead is now going to blossom. That is the worst place to miss, unless you get a couple of breaks here pretty promptly from Massachusetts. They're going to take a huge lead.
Soon you'll see a couple of linears when you hear the Hall the Mountain King motif. That's when the map kind of becomes, well, hard again. But with those weird patterns in the middle, maybe lack of practice, maybe just a little blunder moment there. Just the two misses from Washington gonna give Massachusetts a huge cushion.
This starts to get really scary here for Washington, because this starts to get uncomebackable once you get past a certain point, and with Jacob breaking again, that point's going to come a little faster than they would have liked. You feel for Monko at this point, 99.5 AC FC, and it's being pushed into irrelevance. There is a break from Josie, so it does open it back up, but it needs to be Chillier or TJ. One of those two, if not both of those two, needs to break. And it needs to be, you know, before we get to the really hard part where you're going to start to see more players missing.
The map is already pretty hard. We just got past all the Mountain King. Now we're in Tickle or Kill Me Elmo, I guess, where...
100k lead.
Well, it becomes a little bit more mechanically intensive.
You can see the aim just increasing in difficulty. Doesn't really let up on you. Some squares, some back and forth, some streams. And Massachusetts on Chillier and TJ, they do not want to go out the way they went out last year. And thus falls Conrad again. This is going to start to be uncomebackable here very soon. Monko's at a 99.6 AC FC, but he just doesn't have the backing score from anyone. And TJ is matching the FC, if a little bit farther behind on AC. And TJ and Chillier has a 2k combo, just the early miss in the first couple hundred combo, but he's been FCing ever since. Remember Chillier's heroics on the tiebreaker FCing several weeks ago. Catching my back all the way, what, to round of 16, I think it was. Where Chillier FC'd the tiebreaker. Was that against Arizona? I can't even remember anymore. It's been so long. But Chillier and TJ holding it down, and it's a 200k lead. I don't think there's really anything that Washington can do anymore except for pray. And they might have just gotten a little bit of a prayer answer. TJ with a big break. It's only 635k. There's still a lot of score left to come. If Chillier pair breaks soon and Monko holds, that could open it back up as much as it ever can be for the Washington side. Also note, Jacob on an 850 combo and Conrad matching Josie. And Chillier pair breaks. Wait a minute. That just made this possible for Washington. There's still 200k score for Monko on his FC if he can hold. Jacob is on 1,000 combo nearly. This could start to come back, but I don't know if it's going to be able to come back fast enough.
It all rests on the shoulders of giants here. Monko 2K, one of the most historied players in the history of USC. It's all on his shoulders.
If he FCs and they win by the margin that they would win by if that is the case, it will be one of the most heroic performances you are ever likely to see in this tournament. He's at 3,000 combo. The score lead is down under 100,000 points. The aim doesn't get any easier. The streams don't get any easier, but he makes it through that section. And so does Jacob. Crucially, 1,200 combo. The lead is 50,000.
Aaron, this is a slow part.
This is a slow part. There's free combo. It's still coming down. It's 30,000 points and dropping into the ending. Monko is holding the FC. Jacob 3 is holding the 1,300 combo. The score lead is 10,000 points, and it could go over to Washington in the last moments of the map. Monko 2K with his high AC, 99.6 AC FC. It goes over! Washington might just be able to do this in the last second. 3,000 combo FC and gaining from Monko. 1,400 combo from Jacob. They are going to break the hearts of Massachusetts and win the match in the last second. 6-5 Washington. They take the victory and they go on into the winners finals of USC 2022. What a performance. Monko 2K is a legend.
Monko 2000 is the baddest man in the fucking United States.
I cannot breathe right now. That is one of the most clutch performances that I have ever seen in a tournament from any player at any level. Washington has pulled off the most improbable tiebreaker comeback that I have seen in a long time.
You are free, Kevin.